raising the bar with James Cameron. Let's take a look at the latest installment of the Avatar saga. Avatar: Fire and Ash marks the third entry in the franchise and is once again written and directed by none other than James Cameron. This action-packed sci-fi epic continues the story where the previous film left off. Let's address the much discussed 38 frames per second frame rate. For me, it didn't quite work. At times, it felt more like watching a high-end nature documentary. The overly fluid motion took away from the traditional movie magic and the immersion that I expect from a movie like this. I also only had the option to watch this film in 3D, which was disappointing. I've never been a fan of this format, and it still feels like an unnecessary gimmick. In my experience, it lowers the image saturation and exposure, causing more visual fatigue, and only adds a minimal effect of depth to the overall experience. As for the plot, the film feels overly repetitive. Once again, a company from Earth exploits an alien planet for resources, with little regard for the land and its culture. This time, instead of minerals, it focuses on a rare substance produced by alien whales. The concept clearly mirrors the real-world history and is reminiscent of how Europeans once hunted whales for their oil. Unfortunately, the film offers little in terms of character development or meaningful insight. At nearly 3 hours long, it felt way too drawn out. It could have easily been reduced to a much more effective 90-minute runtime. That said, the craftsmanship is undeniable. The film is beautifully made, with extraordinary attention to detail, costume design, the landscapes, and visual effects. The creature designs are particularly impressive, and every frame reflects its enormous budget. It truly looks like a 350 million production. The film also introduces a new tribe inhabiting the planet's volcanic region. Their portrayal leans heavily on shock value and resembles cannibalistic culture, with red-painted faces. While visually striking, the new characters add little to the narrative except spectacle. In the end, I did rate Avatar: Fire and Ash a 6.5 out of 10. The visuals are stunning, but the story lacks depth and originality. I would still recommend watching this in the cinema, as that's where the spectacle shines brightest. I will see you in the next review.